G-O-B.
Welcome to another GOB course vlog video. I'm your host, Sons and Guns, here for our full 18-hole course vlog here at the Harbour Town Golf Links in South Carolina. This will be a beautiful day, blue skies, green grass. This is a bucket list course. Let's just go ahead and jump right into that first tee.
Welcome back again. Hole 1, par 4, dogleg left to right. Let the big dog eat to start. Playing my standard cutoff. Gets slightly left to right into the tree line. But in play to start. 3 wood, just trying to carry distance and get myself back into play, and I meet that goal. Short wedge gets a little heavy and ends up well short of the green. Bump and run with a 9-iron onto the surface to give me a look at bogey. And down by the hole and just to the outside. An unfortunate double to start. Hole 2, the first par 5 on the front side. Straight away as you can see. Tee it high, let it fly. Playing my standard cutoff again. Left to right she goes. Ends up back to the right. Again, another punch out. Back to the middle. Just trying to give myself a look into the green, and I meet that goal. Mid-iron approach gets left to right out into a waste area. Long shot. Up and onto the surface. Giving me a look at par. And I put a good roll on this putt and gets out left to right and just doesn't get back to the hole. But a tap-in bogey. Amateur style. Hole 3, par 4. Straight away and then slightly back to the left. Let the driver find its way right out into the middle. And I meet that goal with a fairway finder. Mid-iron approach. Right towards the center of the green and ends up just out to the right. I meant left, but splashy sand shot up and onto the surface, out in one. Leaving me a look at par. And just to the outside. Tap in bogey. In the amateur style. Always a good thing. Moving on. Hole 4, par 3, water all the way up the left side. Using a fairway wood just to carry the distance. Struck extremely well. Again, standard cutoff left to right, but in play she goes. Bump and run chip up and onto the surface. Giving me a look at par. And down to the hole and boom. What a great up and down. Moving on. Hole 5, par 5, straight out and then back to the left. Tee it high, let it fly, hit this one thin, left to right she goes, but still out into play. 3 wood, just carrying distance, struck extremely well. Left to right she goes, into the short grass. 5 wood, again just trying to carry distance, pull this one right to left and end up well left of the green. Little floppy shot up and onto the surface, lands pin high and rolls off to the front side. Long Texas wedge par putt, tracks up next to the hole and just short. But another little tap in bogey. Good hole. Right into hole 6, par 4, straight away as you can see. Tee it high, let it fly and kaboom. Left to right she goes. Stays slightly into the tree line to the left. A little blocked out of this green, so I just punch out. Leaving me a short wedge into the surface. And up she goes, right below the hole. Giving me a look at par. And just short. How about another little tap-in bogey? Another good hole. Moving on. Hole 7, par 3, again straight away as you can see. Play a 5-iron, clips the tree, ends up well short. Into the bunker I go. Leaving me a long pitch out. And I meet that goal, lands pin high and rolls out left to right. Leaving me a Texas wedge. Across the surface for my par and just to the low side. A look at bogey and another one in the row. Let's go. Hole 8, par 4, straight out and then back to the left. Tee it high, let it fly, struck extremely well. Right out into the short grass we go. 3-wood carrying distance on this long hole. Pushed out slightly left to right. Leaving me a short wedge up and over this fescue. Ends up just off the surface. With a good look at par across the way. There's Roger the caddy for the day. Say hello. And another little tap in bogey. On to the 9th hole. Hole 9, straight away as you can see. Let the big dog eat, struck extremely well. Right out into the short grass we go. Wedge approach shot gets slightly heavy. Ends up hitting to the side and rolling back to the bunker. Splashy sand shot out in one, that's the rule. Long downhill par prep, zoom right on by. And with the take back, the bogey ends up to the outside. And an unfortunate double to finish up this front 9. As we make our turn, par 36 on the front, had a 46 for a plus 10. Hope to do better on the back. Moving on to the back 9, hole 10, par 4, straight away and then back to the left. Tee it high, let it fly. Playing my standard cutoff, gets well long out to the right. And unfortunately here, trying to put the ball back into play, I blade one out left to right. Again, just trying to get it back into the fairway that I'm supposed to be playing. Hit it right towards the green and end up just short. Splashy sand shot out onto the surface, giving me an uphill look at bogey. And boom, bogey in the amateur style. Hole 11, par 4, straight away as you can see. Let the big dog eat to start and kaboom. Straight away she goes. Right out into play. Mid-iron approach, struck extremely well. Ends up just short and right. Leaving me this long Texas wedge. Up and onto the surface. With a look at a par putt down the hill. And kaboom! What a great hole. Hole 12, par 4, again straight away and then back to the right. Tee it high, let it fly, struck extremely well. Cuts off into the tree line, into the pine straw, but that's okay. 7-iron punch shot back into play. Didn't want to mess with those trees up the right. Short wedge, up and onto the surface. Giving me a look at par. And I just push it out to the right. With a lovely little tap-in bogey in the amateur style. Another good hole. Moving on. Right into hole 13, par 4, straight away as you can see, and then slightly back to the left. Tee it high, let it fly, playing the standard cutoff left to right she goes, right out into the short grass. Mid-iron approach, slightly tugged right to left, end up just onto the surface, and then rolling off. Texas wedge, right up past the hole. But a look at par. And boom! What a great hole. Hole 14, par 3, straight away as you can see, over the water she goes. Mid-iron approach, just trying to clear the water. And I meet that goal. Onto the surface we go. A birdie look down the slope and just to the outside. But a tap-in par. Another great hole. Hole 15, par 5, straight away and then back to the left. Big dog is eating and it is fed. Out into the short grass we go. What a great start. 3-wood, just carrying distance. And another great shot out into the short grass. Mid-iron approach, gets slightly up and under. Ends up into the bunker in front of the green. Splashy sand shot, out in one, that's the rule, and I meet that goal. Giving me a long par putt up the hill. And I put a good roll, and it just ends up left to right. But a tap-in bogey. Good hole for an amateur. On to the next hole. Hole 16, par 4 straight away, and then back to the left. Tee it high, let it fly, and kaboom, playing the standard cutoff. A little bit too much of a slice, ends up back behind a tree to the right. Punching out to the short grass, just trying to save a stroke, and I end up back where I need to be. Short iron, pulled slightly right to left, I end up over the green to the left. Playing a Texas wedge up this slope and right onto the surface with a look at bogey. And kaboom! Bogey in the amateur style. Hole 17, par 3 over the water in the marshlands. Mid-iron approach, struck extremely well. Up and over the bunker onto the surface. Giving me a long downhill birdie from the fringe. Just doesn't break back to the left. But a little tap-in par. Kaboom! Great hole! On to the big finishing hole. Hole 18, par 4, straight out and then back to the right. Lighthouse in view. Let the big dog eat one more time today. And right out into the short grass we go. I don't have the carry distance, so I'm playing a mid-iron. Right up the right side to give me a look back to this green. And I meet that goal, short wedge. Attacking this flag stick, hits and rolls just slightly to the back of the green. But a par putt to finish just gets just short. And then I rush my bogey right by the hole. And a tap-in double, unfortunate finish, but still a great hole. Great course, great day.
So, this has been the GOB course vlog here at the Harbour Town Golf Links. Play some good golf, play some bad golf, but all in all, still have a wonderful day. If you've enjoyed this style of content, give it a like. If you want to see more golf content, subscribe to the channel. And as always, thank you for watching. Everyone have a great day.
So with a strong finish, 41, finish with an 87, great day. Do you want to know